Steve, Bodie wanted me to actually get that thing started. I'm waiting for Philbert. Philbert's my buddy. We hang out a lot. Me and him, we get in the chat rooms and stuff, and we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and everything else. Sorry, my shirt's all wrinkly. My shirt's all wrinkly. My mom, she didn't do the ironing. Crazy. Where's Doug? Come on, Doug. Anyways, there we go. There's Doug. Or hopefully it's Filbert, actually. Hey, there he is. There's my buddy. Hey, what's up, Filbert?
How you doing there?
Yeah,
okay?
Steve.
Good,
Steve.
good
Steve.
deal.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
Steve. Yes. Doug couldn't make it. I'm filling in for him here. He said he'd be here real soon, so I thought I'd fill in here. So for him.
Bodie's not real good at the technical stuff, and he trusted me to get this set up for the dual live stream thing. I kind of shine in that territory myself.
So I got my pen here in case we need some notes and stuff. So
right. Good thinking. Hey, how's your mom?
Really good, really well.
Good. Really Tell her I said hi. She's a real sweetheart.
Yeah.
My mom's
Are you hitting on my mom again, man?
No. It's not that, man.
Okay, man. Hey, before we get it started, I wanted to say something really quick, if you don't mind, Mr. Steve. Due to federal and state confidentiality, I can neither confirm or deny the information you as a viewer are about to see is a legitimate form of media. If you're below the age of 18, I highly recommend you turn off this broadcast immediately and perhaps view Mr. Beast, maybe. Would not be an alternative there. And
yeah, he's got a great channel, that guy.
Yeah, thank you for your time. We may.
All right. So, anyways, Bodie is hollering at me from over here at the side. He's wanting to get in.
Doug just came in too, so I'll see you back here in a second.
No problem. Hey!
Get out of here, man! Filbert, what are you doing? Hey, did I make it okay? Sorry, I was a little late there.
Woo! Yeah, I see Steve left me a drink. He took a couple sips off of it, but that's all right.
He's a sneaky one.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, yeah. Maybe you got to kick out of that, maybe not.
I can't see anything.
So anyways, Doug, what are we here to tell the people about? Oh, look at that. You got all kinds of stuff going on there. Yeah. You're way more tech savvy than I am. That's for sure.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So who we got on here? We got all kinds of people. Aaron Powell, Darren Ritter, Nate Olmstead, Polish mechanic.
Hey, yeah, Polish mechanic. That's pretty specific.
Well, I'm not going to try.
Hey, Devin's on here. Darren, what's up, Doc? How you doing, buddy?
Killinger.
Oh, Killinger. Oh my God, you visit. It's only because of Doug.
Dude, we're big time now. Killinger.
Yeah, I know, right?
He just got his first ported chainsaw.
I saw. I saw.
Awesome.
I saw him grinning ear to ear. Yeah. It changes everything, and it's almost. I mean, I don't mean any of what I'm about to say, but I almost wish that I had never ran a ported chainsaw, because once you do, it's just like, why does this 50cc saw feel like a 40cc saw?
Right.
It's supposed to be the other. It's a stock one, just no good.
Yeah. Well, there's a few. there's ported and there's ported well.
Ported.
You know
Yes.
that.
Absolutely. I've done
but-
a few ported myself.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. I've done it through throwaways myself, but
Yeah.
no. So, what do you think though? There are a couple saws I have in mind that are really good stock. They're not ported good, but the gain would be probably minimal compared to another. For example, like the 545, 550 Mark II.
Oh yeah.
You take that stock saw and you run it against a stock 4910. I mean,
Oh
there's
yeah.
not even
It's
close.
night and day. It's night and day almost running against a stock 346. You
Yeah.
know, I had my Johnson Red 2152. I had it, of course it was stock. And I was so excited to get it because people talk a big game, and I got it and I was like, it's just a chainsaw. And then I was like, oh, all the change is going to happen when I put this 346 cylinder on it.
Oh
And I was
yeah.
still like, it's still just a chainsaw. Even a saw as renowned as that,
Yeah.
it's hard to even hold a candle against the 550s. They're
Dude.
amazing.
Yeah, but then you take a 4910 and the return on your asset importing, oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
Yeah,
Compared to like a 550, it's like, oh, this is already
yeah,
a badass saw. And then you poured
yeah,
it and you're like, oh, it's better,
yeah.
but the
Right, yeah.
4910 went rah.
Right,
It's like,
right. Yeah, like a 550 with a muffler mod. Most people aren't going to be able to get much better than that. Now,
right.
some can. They've proven it and everything. I'm
Yeah,
not one of those people.
I wouldn't
But
try.
like a 4910, it's hard to even screw it up. You know,
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. They
they
say that
they
a
just
lot of
respond really well.
they say the 372 used to be that way. Like if you wanted to start on a pro model
Yeah.
saw, if you were to that level, that the 372 is where you'd want to really, because you can do so many things. And
Right,
I
right,
don't
right.
know. I don't know. I'm not in that
They
game.
uh they seem to work out really well. The ones that I've ported, the 372s are. I was just like, what? Light
Yeah,
switch,
right.
difference,
Yeah.
night and day.
And that bottom fed technology, it's like, I mean, I wonder
Yeah.
what the first, like, you ever thought about that? The first, like,
The
instead of open port, closed port, bottom
the
fit,
first bottom fed, I think, was a Pioneer.
wow.
I think it was the Pioneer P41, P42, all those P51s, P50, whatever they are. They had their 60, 70 cc saws and all the way up to 100 cc's. I think they were the very first bottom fed
Yeah.
units.
Yeah.
But could be
And then,
wrong.
like, but you know what I'm talking about, that iconic, 4-port closed
Yep.
port system that, like, the
Hmm.
373. I wonder what, because I remember the 365s had the open port when
Yeah.
they I guess first started. I don't know, they may have
Yeah.
switched to a closed port, but I wonder, yeah, that like design is like here today, right? It's like the best
Right.
saws are still use that. It seemed like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
badass front fed ones and stuff too, but world is changing, my friend.
It is,
Next,
and a
next,
lot of us don't like the changes that are coming about, and I understand it. But because I mean, I don't like them either. I just am more of a realist. I'm just like,
right,
this is happening. We can't stop
right,
it.
right.
So But a lot of people
So
want to deny that changes are happening.
this could be a good opportunity to tell everyone what happened earlier, because if they're not a member of your channel, they don't know. But
Well,
that
what
was
happened
pretty cool. That
earlier?
was pretty cool. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, well, we had the live feed. It was just a test. So we did a
Yeah.
test earlier because neither me nor Doug has used this new YouTube technology where you can do this dual live streaming thing really easy on your phone. It
Right.
really is
Really
pretty great, isn't it?
awesome. It seems like
It's
there's no lag or anything.
nothing. This is just like I'm having a FaceTime with you.
Right. And I got the
It's
lower quality
perfect.
camera on right now and everything.
The lower quality or
Yeah.
higher?
The lower one, the front facing or the front, the
I see what you're
selfie
saying. Yeah,
camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
and
Same here.
it seems just as good as the if I did it from my computer or whatever.
Yep. Same here. Same here. I'm really liking it. But that was a good conversation earlier today. We talked for about an hour.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of your members came on. That was really cool, and that was something you couldn't see typically, So that was really neat. So yet another reason why y'all better sign up for that stuff. For novice stuff.
Oh shucks, I'm feeling all shy and embarrassed now.
No, it's cool. At least you give your members like extra stuff. A lot of people, who are like huge YouTubers, right? They're like, if you're a member, you can, and it's really nothing. Like you actually
Well,
give extra stuff, so that's pretty cool. At least they get something, and it's so cheap. It's like a less than a lunch or something, one.
well, I'm still figuring everything out. Honestly, I don't have much of anything figured out, but
Same.
YouTube changing so much is what drove me to do it. YouTube is well, they're just forcing shorts on everybody and stuff. It's different. Everything's different, and I'm going at this trying to build this little channel here, and it just gets stopped every which way I can. Finally, I was just like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's monetize this stuff a different way. So,
Yeah, man, a lot of
but
people coming in, buddy. There's Brian Two Bears is here, KG Custom Chainsaws, Steve McDowell, S Couch, Darren Reed. I think I saw Aaron Lynch come in.
yeah, Aaron, if Aaron's out there, I just went through. I don't know how many of you guys noticed anything, or I don't know, but when setting up this stuff, I just went in and set up some moderators, and I
Mm,
just picked some people that tend to comment on my videos.
yeah,
And I know you said Aaron, it made me think of it. I picked a lot
yeah.
of you guys, just about, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys that to do moderation. That way, in case anybody spam or anything like that pops
Oh
up, you guys
God,
just kick them
you
out.
made Aaron Lynch a moderator. We're doomed.
Well, he's the first person that actually told me what a moderator even was and how it even happened. And I
Right.
think
Oh, he's gonna put the smack down. It's over. It's over. Don't even come try to talk smack.
Yeah. Aaron's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, this is going to be exciting. So I'm pumped about this, man.
Well,
That's Paul Bunyan.
you go ahead and tell everybody what we got going on.
Yeah, no, obviously, Bodie's spearheading it, and but this is a project that we started talking about last year at Paul Bunyan. It'd be
Yep.
cool if we get, and we were talking about trying to get a bunch of people together to go in on it, and that's rather difficult.
I know.
There's a lot of,
It was really surprising how people were just like, nah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I get that they want to go there and enjoy the show, but you could still, if you know this, I think this is number one. I don't think we know what this is
No.
truly.
Yeah. No. We're just rolling the dice. That's what we're
We're
doing.
just
Rolling the dice and hoping this turns out good.
right, and I think
That's
it
it.
will. But Paul Bunyan show. Where's it at? Lore City, Ohio, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Lore City. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the information's on our community page and everything. But yeah, I remember us talking about it, and then kind of the last moment. Well, we didn't think we were going to get in at all, did we?
No. Yeah. So what had happened was after last year's show, we talked about it a little bit at the show. And then a few months later, I think it was somewhere around January, I start calling and saying, hey, how do we get into this? And the lady that organizes the events, she's just like, no, sign up ain't open yet. And so that happened a couple different
Right.
times,
That's right.
all the way up until, I don't know, say probably May.
Yeah.
And and they were not open for accepting people. And so I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of forgot about it and didn't even think about it at all. But
Right.
then, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, I contacted you and said, hey, do you still want to do that?
Right.
And you're like, yeah, I'm game, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so here's what happened, and I kid you not, this is exactly what happened. I had all those brick walls in front of me, every time that I called, and I was like, "How much is a booth?" And so she's like, "We're not doing this yet," And well, this time I call and I was like, "Yeah, I want to know how much a booth is," and she said, "Well, I've only got one booth left, and it's right next to Buck and Billy Ray."
And you're like, interesting.
I
We're
was just
kind of
like,
in the same genre. How ironic, right?
and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she could sense my surprise or whatever. And she's like, "Is that a bad thing?" And I was like, "I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing at all." And she's like, "Do you guys have beef against each other?" And I was like, "No, not at all. At least not on my end." And I was just like, that's just weird that really the
It's
last booth
ironic.
that you have
Yeah.
is right next to Buckin. And so
So
that's where
you
we're at.
said, like this was meant to be. We have
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
do this. We've got
Yeah,
to do this.
I was like, it kind of has to happen. If that's the one booth that you got left, I guess I'll take
Yeah.
it. And I went
And
ahead and
right.
booked
What are
it.
the chances? What are the chances of that? I mean, think about if you're into, saws and axes and this whole community, you can just like hang out on that whole little row right there for most of the show and be content.
Exactly. And so, and my big thing with last year, we were talking about it. I felt like there was no place to be. Like, whenever I met Aaron Lynch at Paul Bunyan last year,
Yeah. So
him and John Bob,
John Bob. Yeah.
and I was just out walking,
Right.
and I kind of see them, they kind of see me. And I can't remember which one of us said something first. And I was like, "Oh." And so we're standing there like in the middle of the walkway, and we're just chatting up a storm.
Right.
"Hey, blah, blah,
Right.
blah." Uh, I
That
like
was on
that
the
song you got, Gargamel and Papa
yeah.
Smurf and all that. It's really,
Yeah. That was on a Friday. That was on the Friday, right?
yeah, I
Because
think
there
so.
wasn't a ton of people there then. I remember.
Yeah. And I was just like, man, where the heck am I? Where should I exist? But you only had really one option, and that was to loiter around. And I thought, how cool would it be if we had a place where everybody can just hang out
Yes.
and just talk to each other? Because
Yes.
I noticed with the with Buckin's setup and with outdoors with the Morgans, everybody formed lines. And
Yeah.
I mean, that might happen at ours. I don't
Yeah.
know. You can't
Yeah.
really control it, but I want everybody just to be in a gaggle and hang out and have fun.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Just
You know?
intermingle and yeah. 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 There's no like. At least this first year, we don't really know what we're doing, and if there's still people wanting to set up, to come and maybe set up and sell some merch or something like that, right? I mean, would that be a
Yeah.
possibility? You think, right?
I mean, it would be totally possible on my end.
Yeah.
But the people that I've asked so far, I've asked a couple people that I know, they're known retailers, and I'm like, $200 and you can sell here, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Nah."
I
So
mean, think of the people that's going to be coming in. Yeah, I mean, this is it huge or what? This is the biggest
it's
show I've ever been.
huge. It's
Biggest
massive. Well,
show.
I mean, I think it is legitimately the largest
Yeah.
timber what do you is event. It's a
Yeah.
big trade show event, but it's the
Huge.
largest one of its kind in the entire country. So,
Yeah. I mean, you can
you
see
know,
anything from. I mean, anything. Everything's there. That has
dude,
to
some
do
of those
with
wood
wood.
chippers were amazing.
Oh
I
man, the
mean,
processors.
how often do a wood chipper? Okay,
Yeah.
who cares, right?
Yeah.
But they were taking entire trees, picking up
Yep.
the entire tree and putting it on the conveyor belt and just wow, it was
Gone.
shooting.
Yeah, and the processors are so neat. You always notice that real big one every year. That big
Yeah.
processor. It's coming out. Whack, whack, split it.
Yep.
Whack, done. Firewood in freaking 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
That huge one. You're like, man, I would be so rich if I had that.
No joke, man. I mean, they got some awesome equipment there, and literally the only thing that it was lacking, I thought, was just a place where you could belong. And so that's
Yeah.
this whole thing is just to make a home base for everybody in this little community. any YouTuber that wants to stop by and make it their home base so that their friends and stuff can follow them and like know where they're going to be. Well, they're going to be at the tent that says Novice Lumberjack on it. So, just look for that tent, and it's going to be right next to Buck and Billy Ray. So
Yeah.
whenever, and you were saying it's a good idea to organize with him and Ripsaw as
Yeah.
far as if they're going to be speaking, we're not going to be
Right.
speaking at the same
Right.
time. Try and be
Right.
real cordial with that.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, we should definitely do it. We'll figure something out with that if if
yeah,
they'll talk to us or whatever.
yeah.
Too many fans around or something. But but yeah, and we'll have a couple sawbucks there. The guys
Yeah,
for
what saws are
Sawfest.
you bringing?
What saws am I bringing?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you a couple. Let me get this thing down. I wonder if I can switch this.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Every one of these a different builder, and I'm bringing all these to the show. There's 6 here.
Very
Okay.
nice.
This first, the first one is the. Here, let me get on this side. The Noker Killer. That's my Farmax 660, and that was built by Kurt Gerhardt. He's kind of a new guy, up and comer,
Yeah.
out of Pennsylvania. Awesome builder, man. Just out of nowhere he came, and he knows
I know.
his
I've seen the videos. That
stuff.
thing looks fast.
Yeah, and then here's one of a few of my
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bodie. It's the 7900
You just got that, didn't you?
hot scarlet. Yeah, I just got this one.
Yeah.
Yep, just got this one. Okay, so Kevin Levanway, and then AFU chainsaws, Tanton, Rosenkrantz. This is my 372 clone that Bodie style, that he's got, that he just built. Well, he didn't just build it, but yeah, that's a 372 clone right there. That's my Sawfest one. This is my Sawfest one too.
You're right.
Then I got Mr. Bellhopper Performance, the 357 with the cool bar on it. But yeah, I got the 357 Bellhopper built. And obviously I have others, but these are all from different builders. So I thought, and this is the iconic. You can just look at that and probably know who that's from.
Absolutely.
It's a
Charlie.
4910 Charles Briscoe, and I'm bringing that, and then the Cajun Work Saws built 346 XP right there.
You going to use that for limbing duty?
I'm just going to bring it to the show for whatever. Oh, I put some sweet dogs on this, man. Check this out. This looks so cool. These are original ones too. I mean, like you can't really see it. Look at these bad boys.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
That looks sweet. And I got
That's a strong saw right there, man.
Yeah, it is, man. That's a good looking saw, isn't it?
Yeah, I was wondering, how does he get is the case, is it just painted black or is it powder coated?
No, it's Rit dye.
Oh, so it was like a 350. And it turned.
Yes, it was. It's a 350, 346 hybrid. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I've thought about doing that, like, because they got to be lighter than a real 346, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that just, it makes it even better.
Yeah, for sure. So that's some of the stuff that I'll have at the show if anybody wants to attend and check them out.
Yeah.
And but I'll obviously bring more than that. But I just wanted to kind of, that's why I got them out tonight to kind of show, you know, and this is just some of my songs. We got Bodie's whole plethora of craziness too. So
Hey, the good thing is like Grant's going to let us at least, for maybe just for static display and stuff like that. Um, he'll probably let us have some of his race saws sitting there.
okay,
Maybe, he
yeah,
mentioned something. We haven't worked out the details yet or anything like that. But yeah,
yeah,
we might have one of his legit race saws, maybe his bike saw sitting
okay,
there.
that'd be cool. One of his bike
Yeah.
saws, yeah. Because he's going to be doing the timber sports stuff this year,
Yep.
but he's not going to actually be one of the athletes, right? He's not going to be contending, so he's doing the announcement stuff, right?
I didn't know,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah. Him
good.
and
He's a
Mandy.
good announcer.
Oh God, yes. Him and Mandy
Yeah.
are doing the whole like circuit this year, I guess, or something. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, just a free for all, come one, come all thing, right? And just
Right.
hang out. We'll probably run some saws and like just have a good time, and it's going to be a blast, I think. And then plus we'll probably
Yeah.
promote Sawfest a little bit while we're there, just to kind of, because since we're there doing it, because I think Sawfest is actually going to contribute, almost kind of sponsor a few things for us. Like I think they're going to bring a sawbuck over as well, and some maybe
Yeah.
some sports square, the square.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be cool. I need to reach out to Eric and see exactly what his ideas on it, because I knew that they were interested in helping out a little bit with the booth as well. So
Signal or something.
it is getting pretty like glitchy on your end. I mean, well, it might be on my end too.
Yeah, let me go look. These boys are probably, there's some new um what do they call that? Some new game that just came out tonight or whatever. I don't know. Kids. What?
I do know
I don't know.
kids. I got two of them. Is that an Oculus Rift?
No, that's the older. It's still an Oculus, but it's something
Yeah.
else.
But you cleared up immediately. So he
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to stay here. The Wi-Fi's on the a whole other side of the house, and I haven't ran any access points or anything.
Yeah.
So
So for the viewers out there, the one thing that we want to get across with this channel is, or with this live stream, is what's happening. Basically, I bought a booth, I rented a booth, whatever, and everything that entails, so that Doug and I can set up and basically just be a home base for everybody.
right.
That's it. A place to hang out and stuff. Because it was actually Eric Nickel. Me and him were talking about this at Hopperstock, and what we said was the funnest part of any chainsaw event that we've ever been to is talking with everyone.
Yeah.
It's not racing. That's
Right.
not the fun. I mean, yeah, I like that, but the funnest part of it is getting to meet all these other people, because I mean, we all got friends and you talk with them and they find out that you're crazy about chainsaws and they just roll their eyes. Maybe not roll their eyes, but you can tell that they sign out.
Yeah.
They don't even understand it at all.
Right.
So it's really, really awesome to meet like-minded folks, and they know what you're saying whenever you say you got to get down in there into the gullet.
Yeah. Right.
That's completely foreign language to everyone else that I know in my life.
Yeah.
So
like this the first year at Sawfest, I just watched. The second year, what we going on, the fourth year, right? I think.
I think it's the fourth year. I've only been once myself, though.
In the second year, I competed. I think I can't remember, but anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, if I could take anything back from all that, it's all the getting rid of all the trying to get the video of everybody, and
Right.
that, while everybody else is like interacting with each other, I'm sitting here going crazy trying to do all this video stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that this year. I'm doing kind of like what you did last year.
Yeah.
Just bring camera, set it up. Happens, it happens.
Yep. Because I'd already done it before. Like in like various different things. I've filmed a lot of events, and I know that when you're filming something seriously, you don't get to enjoy any of it.
No.
And I'm like, I ain't about that. I'm gonna go and have fun, and if I can film a little bit on the fly, then I will. And that's exactly the way it worked out. And definitely like doing that. So
yeah, and that's one thing, especially last year, because every year it gets bigger, right? But especially, I did not get to, like, even you and I mean, I didn't get to. I'd only talked to you a handful of times, and it wasn't that long, and it just I think back on that, and I'm like, well, thank God, like Paul Bunyan, we got to hang out and stuff and have breakfast, and but yeah, and Briscoe, golly, man, I talk to that dude almost every day, and I hardly even saw him,
Right.
Things like that. So, and it is fun, and those are things that you remember the most, is who you met, and and just,
Right.
I don't know. I'm not making that mistake again. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, it's a lot better whenever you go just to enjoy the event than it is to go and try and capture it. But the cool thing is because hopefully we'll get a lot of people there at the tent. And so you'll see not only some footage from me, some footage from you, you'll see it from everybody else. And, they'll tag it, the Paul Bunyan event and everything, and you'll get to see a lot of different feeds from that one area and what's going on with that. And then of course I definitely want to promote Sawfest as well, not for any kind of stupid sponsorship or anything, because it's the funnest chainsaw race I've ever been to. Flat out. I wish they were all like that.
Right.
Do I enjoy like the ones running on nitro and stuff? Yeah, sure I do, but sorry, I enjoy it more whenever they're a reasonable build,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I mean, because that's what we're out there running, and then everybody can actually compete and I mean, not feel like an idiot with their stocks off.
You can literally take your chainsaw out of your garage that you just wood up with, come to Sawfest and run it, and possibly win a heat.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
That's cool about Sawfest. It's firewood driven competition.
Yeah, I really dig it, and so I want to get people out there because it's just it's for community. Sorry, I mean, I feel weird even saying that, but that's what it is, and that's why I got this damn booth, to promote the community of this little hobby that we're into.
Right.
That's it.
Hey, man, there's a lot of people that are into this stuff, and it's so cool, and it's growing so much. And I mean, like I said earlier in your membership live, there's a lot of people who cut firewood. I never realized.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I realized how many people heat or even do campfires or whatever with firewood. And if you do firewood, you're gonna have a chainsaw. It's just kind of you're hooked. You start cutting wood, and you're hooked. You're like, oh, this is cool. And then next thing you know, you're trying to get more power, and and then
that's what it was for me. For me, I had I had my Johnson Red 2255, which is just a 455 Rancher. That's all it is. But that was my big saw. I was like, oh yeah, I'm pulling out the beer. And, looking back on it, that was so silly, but I thought it was a big, monstrous, tough saw.
Same thing.
And
Thing with my Steel 029 Super. I thought I was big.
yeah. Oh God. And so I had that, and then I was at a flea market, and they had an old Home Light 330
Oh.
and it was $50. It had a brand new Oregon bar and chain on it and everything. I said, oh my God, the bar and chain's worth $50. So I got it, and it was just as fast as my big Johnson Red.
You're like, this
And that's
man.
I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then I started looking for old saws, and I got into that. And a lot of credit has to be given to old Buck and Billy Ray.
Oh yeah.
I found his channel, and I was watching the old McCullochs, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then it was just like all of the studying that I had done on my two strokes and everything for dirt bikes and motorcycles.
Yeah.
I was able to experiment on chainsaws because they were not nearly as expensive as the dirt bikes.
Right. Yes.
And I could have 15 chainsaws. I couldn't have 15 motorcycles.
Right.
So it just developed into a very natural and awesome hobby for me.
There was a point where when I was watching Bucking a lot, where man, I met like virtually and physically a lot of people in that community, and when I was watching a lot him and some of the others, and that's where I met Killinger. There's a lot of people I got to give credit to Bucking for that, because never met half of these people, and so that's kind of cool that he's going to be there too, and we'll all be right there in the same spot, and Tin Man will be there, and so Ripsaw is going to be there, like him or hate him, they're going to be there, but so, and same thing with us, like us or hate us, we're going to be there. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to have some stalls too.
There might be some people want to whoop my ass.
Mine too.
It is possible.
Yeah. So, but, hey, you want to maybe open this up to maybe some questions, because we're so ADD.
Oh yeah. And you got your laptop or your tablet there. Can you read them off of that, or?
Yes, I can. So if
what you got?
Questions about this event specifically, ask now or forever hold your peace. No, like if anybody has any, questions, like, I don't know. One that we did talk about was the liability stuff.
Right.
So you might want to chime in there on that. People can't just bring their saws and start cutting wood.
Right. Yeah. I actually have to get insurance and everything. And the only people that's going to be able to actually run the saws are going to be the people organizing the event, which is pretty much me and Doug.
Right.
And, of course, you're going to have to get all chapped up and all that stuff. But I'll have more info on that when we're there. But yeah, don't expect to be able to come and actually run the saws, because this year, I don't think they did it last year, honestly. I'm not sure. But this year specifically, I have to show proof that I have insurance and everything. So, there was a lot of expenses, which we need to announce that before we get too deep.
Oh, yeah.
In the description, there should be a link to the fundraiser for this if you would like to help out. And I'm not looking to make any money on this. I'm just hoping that the booth will get covered. That's really it. And if you would like to give to that, then that would be great.
Live, there's a link down there, and it's a GoFundMe, and we're trying to raise money to pay the debt off that's owed for the event, so which is pretty significant. I'm not going to lie. And please take that link and share it to everybody. like I'll put it on Chainsaw Addicts, and like I might ask Kevin even to put it on Chainsaw Repair or something. I don't know if he will or not, and that's cool. But like, you know, things like that, like so other social media outlets, because that's really what we need. Because this
Right.
thing, if this is a bust, we're not going to be doing it next year. I mean,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't in some way pay for itself, I'll have stuff there that I'm actually looking to sell to hopefully help pay for it. But long short of it, it's cost about somewhere between $2,000 and $2,500 is what it cost me to actually get the booth. I actually paid for I think they listed it as I think they said a cord of wood for us to cut on, but
right.
that can't be right. There's going to be some logs there for us to cut up,
Yeah.
um, and insurance and
Yeah.
everything. It all adds up to be over $2,000.
So
And
definitely spread the word, guys.
yeah, that just went on my credit card.
Yeah, that's great. Right. So, and then you know, and I am going to, if this is a bust, I'm going to, help out. So, uh,
Yeah.
this is for both of us. We're gonna,
Yeah.
we need to really get this going. So, I mean, because I'm pretty sure you can buy a. I think go down the road here. There's a square body Chevy truck I can get for $2,500. So,
Right. Yeah, it was
just saying.
expensive, and literally it was all just about like, I think we need a booth just so that we can all hang out and talk to each other.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah,
that's really it.
yeah. Yeah, I can't say enough. This, when we were talking about this is like a thing for everybody, and hopefully
Right.
next year there will be more people that can run saws and more people that that actually commit, you know,
Right.
commit, and will
Yeah.
be there and actually, So there's like I think Bellhopper's still trying to make it. He said on his live tonight,
Yeah.
and some people like that, and um, I've talked to some people behind the scenes that have not committed 100%, and
Right.
so I don't want to say their name just in case. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but things like that. So, but they'll see how cool this is. I think this year, and next year, I think it'll be even more successful. But
I
unless it's
hope so.
pop, so
I hope so. Um, have you got any questions?
yeah, no, I'm looking through here. Hey, Chippy threw in a super chat, and any super chats tonight I think is going to go toward the thing, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
My
thanks, Chip.
phone is about to die on me, so I'm going to go inside and it's going to get dark. I'm just saying.
So, anybody have any questions? Definitely. Aaron Lynch is already moderating himself. I see he's retracted a message. So that's how I'm telling you, this guy's brutal.
Aaron, are you going to make it to the show this year?
Yeah, Aaron and John Bob. I think you guys coming, right? Better. Goats here. Goats here. What's up, buddy? Yeah, inflation is insane. I'm looking here for questions, Bodie. Life behind the axe. A shoot. Life behind the axe. When am I going to see you two at some lumberjack competitions running open saw class? I just tried the other day. I just tried to start my pipe saw on the ground, cold start it. You know
Yeah.
how you got to get it top dead center, make sure the decomp's in. Jerk the saw up. It's already
Yeah.
got, I don't know how much compression, but it's nuts. I'm like, I don't know how they do that.
It's
But
difficult, man. But I know you've got to get it on the just right after top dead center.
right. Yeah, I tried all that. It's still jerk the saw. I'd have to put my foot inside the handle the old way. Yeah! And I've lost the race. I'm still looking. I think they're just kind of.
Well, I guess ain't nobody got any questions. All right.
Oh, yep, John Bob. He said, "Can I bring a chair?"
Absolutely.
I don't
Bring a
know.
chair. Yes. Yes, bring a chair, set it up. Feel free to do whatever. That's another thing. It's like, there's no place to sit down.
Right. Well, hey, we got chainsaws, we got wood. We can make some places to sit down.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Yeah. Yeah.
See ya, Okie. Nah, Nate, I'm not going to talk about that. Like what we were talking about earlier in your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it.
Nope. I guess nothing. Everybody knows everything already, and they're all coming, and it's going to be a blast. So this is the easy.
Well, there we go. Yeah. Our audience is well informed. So.
But I'm sure people will watch this afterwards too.
Yeah.
To kind of see what's going on and to see Bodie's beautiful face and stuff like that. So, that they can get the information, that we've said. So, Paul Bunyan Fest. This is basically the kickoff for that. We're gonna. I hate to repeat myself, but we're gonna.
Have you thought? Hey, have you thought about so we might be doing little talks, right?
Yeah.
Have you thought about what you might talk about?
Yeah, honestly, I have. The one thing that I thought about, which and this is just me and my personality, but I obviously I enjoy getting different builds from different people. I know you do too.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how their personality goes into their build. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe, I mean, I know you know what I'm talking about. But Charles is an exception because his songs are all angry and he's never angry.
Right.
but I'm not really talking about that aspect of it, but it's like not like the look maybe in the sound and some of the characteristics and why they chose that CC of Saul and why they're good at this and that. And I thought maybe that would be one thing that would be cool to talk about. I got this chainsaw from Pat, Cajun Work Saws, and kind of the history with us, and we're both musicians, we had a lot in common, and
Right.
little things like that, and this all black saw kind of fits him,
Yeah,
and
he's into the hardest metal I've ever heard in my life.
but he's a musician, so he's into a lot of different things, and
Yeah.
so musician, you can appreciate almost any kind of music because you understand what it takes,
Right.
so
Right.
but typically you have a favorite, right? So
Sure.
yeah, and he likes complexity. Is that a word? Complexity?
Yeah, that's the word.
It is now. And so the guitar, drums, bass, that music that's hardcore, that's heavy, some of the metal he listens to, I know is very complex and it's very
Uh-huh.
deep, very really works your brain, and you got so, and that's him to a T, because his builds are the same way. So yeah, and again, that's so I thought maybe some of that might be a good conversation or topic if I were to
Yeah.
go, you know. But so just one thing, for example. What about
I'm
you?
freestyle.
You're just free.
I, I, I'm I'm
You're all,
freestyle 100%. So I actually am really good at public speaking.
yeah,
And I'm really bad at one-on-one. Like if I had to give a speech to practice in front of a small crowd, I'm horrible. The bigger the crowd, the better. I feed off of that
yeah.
energy.
I
And
get.
yeah, and so whenever it comes time for me to say something, I'll work it out.
Yeah. What do you call that? Improv. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah, improv. Yeah, actually, well, me and my wife have a history of making fun of lyrics in songs,
Oh, nice.
and not making fun of it, but like I'm a freestyle rapper. No, not legit, no, but it's an inside joke. Because a friend of ours, a little off topic here, but who cares? A friend of ours, she's an older lady, in her 60s, well into her 60s, and she loves Lil Wayne.
Oh,
And
got a kid.
and we're at her pool, just not a party or anything like that. We're just kind of enjoying life. We're at a pool, and she's got Lil Wayne playing in the background, and it comes to this one song, and you gotta imagine she's just like 62-year-old
Yeah,
overweight white
just
woman, and
loving
she's
Lil Wayne, man.
she's digging on Lil Wayne, and she's like, uh. And she goes, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "What, Terry?" And she's like, "He just said, I'm going to wrap some paper, do it like that," or whatever it was. And she goes, he is a lyrical genius. And I was like, I don't know if Lil Wayne's a lyrical genius, Terry. I mean, come on,
That's a good story. I like that. I like that. That's cool.
And so I'll roll with it. I'll make my own little raps and just be like, I'm a lyrical genius.
Yeah, she's living her best life, man.
Absolutely.
You can't hear about
Freaking love Lil Wayne.
so Life Behind the Axe said one more thing. Bodie, November 4th, Carthage, North Carolina, train and tractor show. My club will be there. Chopping, sawing, and running chainsaws. You should try to come up. You and Doug should try to come down. So
No, man, so much, so much happens in the fall. It's the best time. I'm
yeah,
already committed. November the 4th is the weekend for the Alabama race. So I will be committed to going to Southern Alabama instead of Carthage. So there's another one. There's a race in North Carolina. I think it's only about 3.5 hours from me. This upcoming weekend.
dang.
Brennan. I know Brennan Cass is going to it.
Yeah,
But it's not far away at all from me, and I want to go. But dang, that would be 1, 2, 3 weekends in a row of me traveling out of town to go to some sort of chainsaw event, and I'm like, I can't spread myself too thin.
yeah. I know. I work a daytime job. With the and my vacation days are just spent
Yeah,
like
yeah, just going to chainsaw events.
yes, exactly. From that,
Yeah,
get this quick
yeah,
vacation down to Hilton Head, but other than that, really, that's all I've done, like family stuff. But
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
uh,
I don't know how Grant does it, man. I mean, Grant, he goes to
um,
Shaw's all the time.
he's been working there for a long time, so I'm sure he pulls a few strings there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like the lawyer, Koger, he
Yeah.
still timber sports athlete. He has his own law firm, so he can go do whatever he wants.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
had no idea.
well, maybe it's not his, but a lot of them share. But you can take your work on the road if you're doing the
Sure,
night.
sure, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. It's going to be yeah. Arden, Jamie, I think is what he goes by, but Arden, whatever. But yeah. So thanks, Brian. Um, Anybody have any questions? There's got to be. Yes, it does get expensive, very expensive. But again, what Bodie said, it's not like you're racing bikes. I mean, you want to talk
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. This hobby is the most affordable hobby I've ever had.
Yeah, same.
Because at any time I can sell my saws, and almost every single chainsaw that I have, I can get my money out of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that with a boat.
No,
Try selling a boat for more money than you paid for it.
right.
Or have it. I mean, that's an expensive hobby right there. Whoo.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It is. It is. So, what about you? You just going to improv? You say is that what you're saying? You just
Yeah.
from the hip, just
From the hip. Yep.
you got
I
you got some cool stories with your saws, though. You got they they're all like named and themed and stuff. But you can talk about how you come up with it. And I used to like Thundercats and whatever, right? So
Yeah.
it's pretty easy for you.
Yeah, the best one I like, I mean, I do like naming my stuff, yes. But and I got one coming up, man. My
Uh-oh.
six my Shindawa 600 SX
Oh,
is it, it's going to be awesome. But I mean, I haven't been able to do anything because I've just I had a death in the family, had
yeah.
trip to Japan, got to get ready for Saw Fest, a lot of stuff. But
Right.
after this slows down, we get into December and stuff like that. I'll start working on that Shindawa, and it's going to be samurai themed, and
Oh,
it's going to be cool. I'm going to go all out on that thing, man. It's going
that's
to
gonna
be.
be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Uh,
Yeah.
like mine Axe, actually has some cool stuff to say here. Uh, he said, "Yep, I forgot about Alabama. Talked to Mel Lentz. Speaking of Mel Lentz, Mel is always there at Paul Bunyan show with his son Jason Lentz, who's the champion, right?
Right.
Yeah, I call him Champ. And we got to hang out last year. I even hung out with Mel a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking about trying to get those guys to maybe stop by too. I think that would
Oh,
be
I'm sure they would. I mean, yeah,
get some autographs and stuff, and
yeah.
just they're super cool dudes. And like,
Hmm.
dude, like
Yeah,
man,
and if you guys haven't been, if you haven't, well, I know a lot of you guys haven't met me or Doug. Both of so Doug, you're about 6'3", right?
6'4", yeah,
6'4",
yeah,
and so with my boots on and stuff like that, I'm
yeah,
probably 6'2",
yeah.
something like that.
We're about the same height, yeah.
But both of us standing next to Jason Lentz.
Oh God, he's like
Talk
six
about
eight.
your big boy.
Yeah, he's not
And a
oh,
wingspan. He's like a condor, man.
yeah, his wingspan's got to be close to like freaking 7 foot something.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he's probably a solid 6'4", I would
Oh,
guess.
Jason Lentz?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. He's registered at 6'6" in the
No, he ain't 6'6". I'm gonna
yeah.
pull out my tape measure. I'm gonna measure his ass.
And I mean, if you're above, if you're like 6'2" or so, you don't look usually up to many people in the world.
No, no, yeah,
And man, I was there and I was like looking up to Jason. I was like, dang, and I got a picture with me and him, and you can
yeah.
tell there's like that much difference between us, man. I'm like, and plus he's so like, God, he's a monster,
I
but
know. Yeah, he's a big boy.
nicest dude you'll ever meet, man.
Yeah, yeah.
God, all
Yeah,
those guys.
so it'd be really cool for just the people if he could swing by the tent and just hang out and let people talk to him.
Yes,
It gets weird though. Like, man, I felt bad for Bucking last year, man,
yeah,
because he just had so many people.
yeah,
He couldn't get away for lunch. He just couldn't get away.
right. Ooh, and that sewer smell. Oh, that, it was there the whole time, man. It was like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
this must be where all that ends up at over
yeah.
here, like where he parked.
But
Because
like, if Jason Lentz came over to our tent, which I really hope he does,
yeah,
people are going to just flock around him and everything, and that'll be great for us and everybody get to hang out and stuff like that. But I just
yeah,
every time I see a person going through that, I feel bad.
yeah, yeah. Because they end the events pretty early. I mean, it's still daylight and everything.
Yeah,
Um, because I know because that's when we got the rest of the wood that they didn't use, for sulfates.
yeah,
And so they pack up and everything. They're done, and it's still plenty of daylight. So like him and Grant, like Matt Koger, and some of the bigs that are on every show that you watch on Steel Timber Sports, for them to
yeah.
come and Mel, that'd be cool. Mel, best,
Everybody knows Mel.
yeah,
I mean,
chain maker in the business. Him and
yeah,
Riley. It'd be so cool if they could all come over, man, and hang out. And yeah, yeah, I'll try it. We'll talk to Eric and stuff and Grant, and maybe
yeah,
dude, why not? I'm sure they'll want to see the show too.
yeah. Of course.
You know,
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, if all the people that if you've never come to Paul Bunyan or anything like that, the actual show, well, it's fun. It's fun watching a race.
Oh, it's a
You
blast.
know,
The blast.
One of my favorite things is the axe stuff.
Oh yeah, when they throw them, that's cool.
Well, just all of it. The
All of it.
axes, those axes are so sharp.
Yeah, man, they
It's
are.
absurd.
The
All right.
one and only race axe I have is from Grant.
Yeah,
He sharpened it, man. You could shave with that thing easy.
that's wild.
Nuts, man. But yeah, any questions, you guys? You guys think of anything? I'm looking through here. I'm behind. I'm horrible at comment stuff.
I am too. I that's why I'm glad that you're doing it. But it's we've been on here for an hour, and
Oh,
I'm seeing folks. I know it goes fast whenever you're talking, doesn't it?
yeah. John Bob said that Mel's not going to be there this year. How do you know that? What's going on?
Well, John Bob would know. John Bob lives right down the road from him, something like that. I think they live in the same town.
Do you know what's going on, JB, or what's going on there? He's always there with Jason. That's weird. What, Nate? Nate, I can't be doing that, man. Not on here. I ain't messing with that stuff.
It gets hairy whenever you talk about that dude. So I
Yeah,
agree with you.
I already had something out there on the chainsaw.
Hey Chris, what's up, Dub?
Dubs is in the house. Look at that.
Dude, hey, listen, Dub, your shit's looking good, brother. I
Yeah.
mean, I do. I think that I'm going to beat you with my 2165. Yes, I do. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if you take my $100 from me, buddy. That thing looks really good. Your MS 660 looks really good, and I get a lot of comments from people that they're like, "Wow, you've come a long way," and I have because I didn't know anything before and stuff like that, and I'm appreciative of those comments. But you
Yeah.
really deserve your shit is on point. It's looking really, really good, Dub, and I'm happy for you, brother.
Absolutely, and I second that. And I was just actually commenting, telling him that through a message. That's ironic because I was like, man, I just want to let you know, man, your stuff has come a long way. Blah blah blah. Same deal. So and it's
Yeah,
true. You're very
yeah,
cool. He's very dedicated. That happen, man.
yeah, yeah.
You're dedicated. You get the stuff. You'll learn knowledge. You'll be cool about it. You'll just be a sponge, and you'll just start applying the knowledge that you learn, and just a lot of waste too. You'll ruin some things, but yeah, he's come a
The,
long way. Short amount of
the
time.
biggest fear that I had in racing with him is whenever I saw that he made his chain go faster than stock C83, and I was like, oh shit. We're done now because I mean all I'm going to do is run stock C83, and then but I have uh, uh, Jeff Seacombe out in California, the same guy that built Ike Turner, the 064.
Yeah.
He sharpened me up a chain, and it's faster than C83. So
Okay.
at this point, me and Dub are back on even kilter. It's anybody's guess who's going to win that race.
And this is going to be interesting this year because I think there was some funny stuff going on last year.
Oh, I
With,
know there was. I mean, I ain't going to rat anybody out because I ain't got a problem with people cheating because I understand. I understand it. The
yeah,
problem was they didn't get caught,
yeah.
and they should have got caught. And hopefully this year we won't have any more of that. I know there was some fuel that was being used
Oh,
that shouldn't have been.
yeah. I remember the
Yeah.
professional that I was sitting next to was like, "Smell that, Doug?" I was like, "No, what? A two stroke? Yeah, I love it." He's like, "No, that's a little bit more than two stroke, buddy."
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Because I never
yeah.
smelled it before. I never smelled that kind of fuel, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the chains. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
forget it. So you can't be doing that this year because they're going.
yeah.
Every person who wins the heat, they're going to be checking that chain, checking that fuel, checking a few things out. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
Hopefully that there won't be any cheating. I know I've got something that I mean,
I know you do. I'm still trying to get it out of you, man. Because
no,
hey,
I ain't telling anybody at all.
right? You
Because
say,
it's completely legal. They haven't said you can't do this at all. It
yeah,
completely fits in the rules.
pre-
But I have a feeling that next year they'll be like, no, you can't do that.
this is for your 70. Yeah.
It's for the no, the
Oh,
170 you can do anything you want.
huh?
The 170 you can do anything you want.
Right. But
And
I remember you saying on one of your videos, I'll be really surprised if anybody beats my 170. I think you said,
well, that was that was before the situation with my dad passing. I
oh,
literally I haven't gotten to do anything to the 170, and
oh,
I'm just going to put nitrous on that thing and hope for the best.
right.
So I did not get to build that in the manner that I was wanting to.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, sucks, but
Well,
but no, the other ones, my like the Clone War saws and stuff like that, they're gonna get a special treatment. That whenever it's
yeah.
so simple, but whenever
Well,
people
don't give
find
it
out
away.
that what I did, they're gonna be like, "You can't do that."
Yeah. Don't give it away. Yeah, definitely.
No, I ain't giving it away because I want to be the only one to do it.
Huh.
We'll see.
I,
But hey,
I
Aaron,
I've been racking my brain on that too. What could he be doing? It's
hold
not.
on. Nate has a question. Do you have any good old chainsaw shops in your area? Maybe you can do a tour for us. The closest thing that I have to that is it's not an old chainsaw shop or anything like that. It's a modern one, but he's got a lot of stuff that hangs from the ceiling and stuff. And yeah, next time I'm in there. I'll break out the camera and do a little tour. It's a really cool shop. It's in Dallas, Georgia, and it used to be called Lost Mountain, and now they got bought out, and it's just something plain like Baker Brothers or something like that now. But they still have all the stuff up, and it's really cool to look at. They've got really old stuff and just cool stuff. And whenever you show up, if I see something that I haven't seen before, I go, "Hey, how much for that?" That's how I got my Shindawa 550. I know what is it, 575.
Mm,
I was like, "Hey, I'll give you $50 for that." He's like, "Okay." He pulled it right down off the wall. Actually, I think I gave him 100. But anywho,
yeah. Yeah. Chaps make Katori. I'm sorry if I botched that, but yeah, that's a 350 346 hybrid, basically a 350, and a lot of those parts interchange, right? And it's got the 346 head and or head, top end on it and stuff. Cajun built. Yep. Um, Helped you make a decision to get one for 120. Dang, that's a good deal, man. Needs a carb. Yeah, do it.
ooh, zero mark. Are race chains just super aggressive? No. Race chains are super sharp,
Mhm.
like getting close to razor type of sharp, or I'd probably say
Yeah,
really sharp pocket knife sharp,
yeah,
right? And so therefore you'll never see somebody with a race chain be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to put this in this oak."
no,
No, because as soon as they do, it's toast. It
yeah,
won't make it through one cut because the all of the teeth are so thin
yeah,
that if you put it in any kind of hardwood or any kind of dirty wood, it'll immediately blunt the teeth.
yeah. If
And
you,
they're also really, really, really smooth.
yes,
So
yes,
so they're that's what makes a race chain
yeah.
good is they are so thin and sharp, and then any kind of bumps that you normally have, well, they're smooth.
Yeah, it's
So
made for him, not grunt like a firewood saw. It's made for like
yeah,
real high RPM, just like cutting with a knife. I mean,
yeah.
it's just wham.
The goal of most of those guys making a race chain, I believe, is that the chain cuts so effortlessly that it's like free revving in the air. It just
Yeah.
and the difference between a regular chain and a race chain is fucking unbelievable.
Unreal.
We're talking like, the cuts that you do in 10 seconds in pine.
Well, here
With a race chain, you'll do it in 4 seconds.
I have
You
one.
know?
If I don't lose Wi-Fi, I have one I can show.
Oh, the dangers of showing a race chain. You might get your ass whooped there, Doug. The guys who make chains are so into it, and like
I can make a race chain, but I can't make a Mel Lentz or John Riley
right.
one. But if you can see this, I can show him. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Pretty
Does
blurry.
this zoom up? Is
Yeah,
it?
it's pretty.
Let me get closer to the Wi-Fi. Hold on. Like I said, I'm all the way on the other. I'm on my backyard is way far away from. Get this. Put it on the old dining room table. Correct. Don't look at that. Okay. If you can see that at all, it's hard to see in this, isn't it?
Yeah. It's always difficult to get a good close up of a chain. Yeah. But they make everything so thin. And the teeth are just paper thin, so like softwood's all you can really run it in. It'll just ruin the teeth.
I wanted to show how thin they were, like as you were saying, thin.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it really ain't showing up, is it?
No.
Throughout there, see that thickest.
There you go. Yeah.
In the raker, there's raker work done.
Yeah, you were getting a decent feel for it. Yeah.
See real thin walls, and so I don't know if that helped or not,
But typically to make an actual race chain, I think that, we're talking like a 72 drive length or 60 drive length chain. People will spend, 12 hours on it.
oh god, yes, oh
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I don't have the patience for that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And all the rivets are smooth and yeah.
Watch John Riley. Who was it asking? I forget. Hey Harold. If ask or go YouTube search John Riley and watch some of his videos, and you'll get a better understanding of how they're made and why and things like that. John's awesome, dude, man. He's a ninja at making that stuff too. I've learned a lot from that guy. He's like the Buck and Billy Ray for race chain.
Yeah, he does I watched at least one of his videos on making it, and he makes it look so easy.
I know, man. Yeah, just do it.
Yep.
File that'll do that.
I'm having a hard time just making my chains as fast as they are out of the box.
I still don't even own a grinder. I do.
What's that?
I still don't even own a grinder.
I just used mine tonight. I'm getting pretty good at it. Well, I say that I'm getting to where I can make acceptable chains, but it's amazing how I mean, I just thought a grinder, you put it in there and you're like, and you're good.
Yeah.
Nope. You've got to baby that. When you got to baby that, if you get any kind of curls, and the Chinese chains that I started with, they were curling like crazy.
Okay.
You know, so any heat whatsoever is going to make that you get burrs. They curl up and you get burrs. And the Chinese stuff is so soft, it was happening tremendously bad. So it's a lot better when doing, you know, an Oregon or a Husqvarna or a steel chain. But
Yeah. John Bob has a
Symington.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that makes all the difference in the world having one of those. Still, you got to set it up and know what you're doing. But
Right. Yeah.
and I couldn't imagine making a nice square chain without a hand file. Oh man, that would be like a dream come true.
Yeah, yeah. I was really hoping that my grinder was going to be a sit down, put my chain in there, boop, 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 all the way through, and then I'm done. But no, I'm to sharpen one chain. At this point, I'm spending 30 minutes on
Yeah.
one chain.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm actually losing time. I'm slower
Right.
with the grinder than I am with the hands. So,
Right. Right. But you'll eventually get it and you'll be faster.
right. I will, you know, but we'll
Um.
see.
Yeah. So I don't know. Uh one thing that I've been experimenting with a lot lately is um temper. um you can I know you know what I'm talking about here. Everybody watching probably does. You can get a chain, a good chain, like a steel RS chain. You can get two steel RS chains, right? And one like really nice and easy to file, and the other one is like impossible to just skates across, right?
Right.
You're like, and so if you think about that, well, okay, it's easy to file, but it's probably really easy to blunt.
Right.
So, I went through I don't even want to tell you how many chains I have because I threw probably 15 of them away last night. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
There were old junkers that, but I went through a lot of my chains. I've been going through a lot of my chains, and the ones that are really hard, I've been keeping a lot of those and
Yeah.
really experimenting with those because, if you think about it, I mean, logic would say if it's really hard to file or grind, then you probably have that profile a lot longer as well. Maybe
Well,
wrong.
but that's only if it keeps the hardness. Usually what I find when you
No,
keep the hard, you get through it, you
right.
know, because they're only tempered so deep.
Yes, most chains are like that, right? And I have some of those, but I'm talking about the ones that go beyond that. There are
Right.
some chains out there, and I've noticed that. I don't know if this is a secret or what, but I've noticed. I don't know if it's a mistake or what, but Archer chain, you can get some. Most of the chains that are hard, almost all the way through, have been Archer chain. That's so weird to me because
Yeah.
I've had some Archer chain that is complete trash.
Really.
It's like, yeah, it's like you cut one time, one or two rounds, and your stuff is done. And then,
Ugh.
but then I've had some full chisel Archer that is actually hard every time you file it. So I don't know why,
Mhm.
but
I know I've got a loop of it that I have been meaning to try out, but it just hasn't happened. And but now we're getting into cooler weather, and I'll actually start getting out and doing tasks that are
yeah,
around the house that I need to get done. You know,
yeah,
I've been putting off chainsaw work because it's so damn hot, but now we can do
yeah,
some stuff.
yeah. Hey, Matt Diggins NH is on here, and then
Oh man, the world just went to hell.
yeah, right. And Tanton Rosenkrantz just joined us too. So what's up, Tanton? But
Hey, everybody that's on here right now, hit the thumbs up button.
yeah, do it.
Just hit it. Just do it. Come on.
Just one of these. And but
Did you see Smitty's video about the pretty much the whole video was about thumbs up?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I did see that.
And, I mean, he's right. I mean, because it's like, how many of these videos do we watch? I'm
Right.
guilty of it too.
Yeah.
About 100%.
Oh yeah.
We sit down and we watch these videos and we just watch it all the way through, and we're like, I enjoyed that guy. I really like that guy. That's my guy I'm watching, but no, didn't hit the thumbs up.
No, just you used to it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
right. Again, what we were talking about earlier in your membership live thing, YouTube is ever evolving, and it's going to come
Hmm.
again. Something is going to happen. Think about it. They took away the thumbs down button,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll do something else too, because most people. I mean, think about it. Just look at your own videos. If you get 1,000 views, for example, you'll have like 40 thumbs up, maybe, or 50, or
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
everybody does it, and plus
Yeah.
you can see it in your analytics. The,
Hey, this
the skipping thing is the worst.
listen, I get so this is something, and this is my viewers here. I listen, it's all in fun, guys, all right? But I'm going to give some people some shit because I had so many people be like, you got to offer merchandise. You got to offer merchandise. You got to sell merchandise. And so finally, I'm selling merchandise. There's been 2 people buy a T-shirt.
Hey.
One of them's me. The other one's PW.
Yeah, I was
So I'm
I was
like,
talking to a well-known YouTuber the other day, and he said the exact same thing.
yeah. Everybody's like, you gotta have T-shirts. T-shirts. We want T-shirts, man. We want T-shirts. And I'm like, okay, guys, I got T-shirts.
Yep. Nobody buys. Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
buys. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Bell Hopper does pretty good on merch. Believe it or
Does
not.
he? I mean,
Yeah.
I asked him about it one time. He got screwed over with a bunch of merch. Did you hear that story?
No.
Well, yeah, yeah. So okay, very much. I don't know the details, but he paid somebody to make him a bunch of shirts, and well, they didn't. There's the long story. I mean, he lost like thousands of dollars. I think maybe $1,000, but heck, 1,000 is just like that's a
Yeah.
lot of money to lose, man.
It's
But yeah,
it's up there, kind of like.
so something happened, like the guy went through a divorce or something. I don't know what happened, but he didn't mean he didn't purposefully try and ruin Bellhopper's day, but
Yeah.
he did nonetheless.
Hey Slacks, what's up, buddy? Um, yeah, because I help. It must have been afterwards. I helped Bell Hopper. I set his whole store up for him, and the designs and stuff. So
Yeah,
kind of know, I'm like an admin on that thing, so I can kind of see. And he does pretty good, man. I'm surprised. So,
yeah.
but good for him. Some people like it, some people don't. And I noticed that, like at live events, like what we're doing, that's when most people buy merch. When you can touch something, feel it,
Hmm.
look at it, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you
Are
know,
you
you,
gonna? Did you get any T-shirts made or anything?
I'm still thinking about it. I'm still
Yeah,
thinking about it. I wouldn't mind getting. There's this one cool idea I got, but it caters more toward chainsaw addicts. Because I mean, and I might just put like a little Indiana Doug thing by it or something. Because I mean, nobody's gonna. I'm not really. I'm not like. It's. I don't know. I just don't think that my name on a shirt would sell, like, unless my girlfriend might buy one or something.
yeah. Well, I'm going. I got my logo pretty well finalized and everything, and you guys will see it on my channel. It'll start popping up in places, and you'll go, oh, that must be what Bodie was talking about. So I finally got that kind of finalized and made, and uh, t-shirts are supposed to be done on Tuesday. I didn't get many because I am scared that people aren't going to buy. I got 40,
Yeah.
and I'm like, between Bunyan and Sawfest, I should be able to sell 40 shirts. We'll see.
Nate
I don't know.
said, if you bring a shirt to Sawfest, he'll buy one.
There you go. And just for you, it's a special price of $78 for one shirt, Nate. And because since he's already committed, right? Might as well.
You're right. Oh, he forgot to tell you. Guess what the price is?
Yeah, exactly. You didn't say if it was only $30, you know. That's another thing. Everything's so damn expensive.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
Anyways, but we could talk about that forever.
If we got any late joiners on there, there's the link down there. Where'd you put in the comments description? What?
It should be in the comments in the description.
Okay, description. Yeah, share that link. It's like a GoFundMe link where people can donate to this event. You know, this Wack-Tastic event.
I like using whack. I don't know why.
It's cool. It's cool. I like hearing say it.
So part of when the logo, all this stuff starts rolling out and everything, Grant, he has promised me that whenever I have a shirt design that says something along the lines of "I whack off with Bodie,"
Oh, wow.
he's like, "I'll buy it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna make it."
Grant said that. How many beers? How many beers deep was he?
I know, right? Yeah, I'll probably just put. I'll put. Hey, watch me whack off.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm gonna make sure he has that option available, and I'm gonna be like, "You said you'd buy it."
yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I might make something and maybe get the old vinyl cutter out too and make a banner or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and I ordered my tent. I just got a 10x10, and
Yeah.
then you got a 10x10, right? We'll zip tie them together, and then we got a 10x20. Amazing, right? So I got that, and I got one of those plastic tables that you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
All those.
hey, Chris. Chris had to go take a dump.
Okay. Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go.
But what I'm gonna do, so I've got a Cricut or a Cricut machine,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Right.
I'm gonna print out some, just novice lumberjacks and iron them onto the tent,
Oh,
the canopy. So
can you do
people will be
that?
like, "Oh, man, I
Can you?
guess."
Well, no. My question. I used to be in that industry a little bit, and so certain materials won't take to it, or so you might
I
want to.
never thought of that. It might be like kind of waxed or something. I don't know.
Well. Um, there's a if it's a cloth material, it'll be fine, even if it has like the Rain-X stuff on it. It'll be
Yeah.
fine. If it's that more like raincoat mesh, what do you call that? Like I don't know what it is. Then
Uh,
you'd
like
almost
a
have
nylon.
you'd almost have to screen print those. Yeah,
Yeah.
with and then UV dry them because they won't. But I mean, vinyl might stick to them, but as far as like a heat transfer, like is what you're talking about, right?
Right.
Some of that material, so just
See you, Dub.
C dubs. Yeah, you might want to just double check on that. That's why I just usually make a little banner because you can hang a banner anywhere.
Right. Right. Well,
But
maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll come up with something.
yeah, just something to think about. Reach out to me, on that if you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. What anybody have any more questions? Who all's going? That's what I want to know. Who all here is going to the Paul Bunyan show? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh? Nobody.
Everybody's like, peace out. See ya.
Darren, man, I got to meet you.
Yeah.
Would you be open to doing one of these live streams? Oh, Harold's coming. Cool.
You going, Harold? Really? I think he lives by me. Harold does.
Okay.
Is it right? Don't you live like close to me, Harold? Maybe I'm wrong. Because I'm looking for somebody with a van, so I don't have to rent one. you getting a room?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I've already got it all scheduled out. I got rooms for there and for Marysville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't got that figured out. I'm cheap. I'll sleep in the dang van. Don't matter to me.
That used to be me, but now and I know you laugh.
No,
You're a few years behind me. I'm getting old. You know, I'm getting old. I don't do that shit anymore. I need an actual
I need
bed.
my shower and nightcap before I go to bed. My fluffy white pillow.
So yeah, I sleeping in the car and shit like that. Even camping out,
Yeah.
especially like it gets cold there at night. It's too
Yeah.
cold for me. I'm a total sis to cold weather. I can't handle it. No. Oh.
Yes, I thought so, Harold. Yeah, you're a little more north. You got to reach out to me, man. Maybe we can go up together or something. That'd be cool, or whatever. Don't too. That's fine. Whatever. But I got to get with you anyway, man.
All right, man. It's about 30 minutes past my
Yeah.
bedtime.
Same.
I
I
talk
was just
about beauty rest. Aaron just said you got to get your beauty rest. Yes, I do. All right. So everybody, if you can check out the fundraiser thing here. Like I said, I'm not trying to make any money off this. I'm just hoping that maybe we can pay off the debt that has already been accrued on my credit card
kidding.
for the Bunyan thing. Yeah, that's really it. That's all I'm hoping to do. Anything above that, it's just going to in some way go back to the channel somehow. It
Yeah,
always does.
and if this again, if this is successful, man, spread the word, everybody, because if this is successful, it'll be just like Sawfest, right? They started out with nothing, and
Like,
now,
dude, we can have like we can do anything we want in those
yeah,
tents.
yeah,
Sort of, you know what I mean? You know, so we got I think it's 30 by 50, or yeah, I think that's the size of the booth area that we have.
yeah,
If we are successful with this, then next year we can get 2 booths and maybe even
right,
3, and we can set up a dunk booth, get Eric Nickel in there
yeah,
and dunk him in cold water.
yeah.
That would be
Don't tell these guys anything, okay? Don't say anything to these guys. It,
okay.
yeah, that's probably not a good idea because they're pretty wild.
So, anyways, yeah, it'll be fun, and just all it is we're just gonna be hanging out, and yeah, every now and then we might say, "Hey," and do some sort of little speech or something like that, and see how it goes.
Heck yeah, definitely,
All right.
man. Be a blast. Hope to see everybody there. If you're watching this later too, please come and spread the word. And it's gonna be a party, man. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. And then we'll see. I mean, it's all you can do is see. Come
Yeah,
hang, come hang out.
yeah, and come hang out, because meeting people like this in person.
Yeah. Oh,
Everybody that so many people have been like, they don't know what to think of me,
yeah.
and they're like, that guy. But then we meet him in person, and when
Yeah.
you have the back and forth, they're like, oh, you're not a dick at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I try not to be. Well, you really come off that way on video. And like Timber Slasher is one of those, right? Him not meeting me, he thought for sure that I was an a-hole, but then we met, and then he understood my personality. So then whenever he watches me, well, he understands me better and my sense of humor and
Same,
things.
same thing when I met you first. I didn't know how to take you, and then I met you. I was like, man, we're sitting down here eating biscuits and gravy and just talking
Yeah.
about family or a past event, just normal. And
I
then,
don't know why I rub so many people the wrong way, but I guess I do. Yeah. But
well, we all do. And again, it's you're kind of doing a thing when you're on YouTube, and you got to put your game face on, and it's just how it is. And but yeah, there, and that's what's so cool about these things where you can go and interact with people because the
yep.
everyone talks to each other, and it's just such a great time, and you learn a
Yeah.
lot and it's just cool, man. It's just cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to say it nice or mean. It's just cool. It's just so cool.
Every time I've met any people in person, I've been like,
Yeah.
hey, and it's just so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But this is for everybody, so it's going to be a good time.
All right. Well, y'all take care. Have a nice night. Get your your beauty rest, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Take care, everybody. Bye.
All right. See you, Doug.
Later, man.